When you share your creativity with others, you foster a cycle of reciprocal healing. You inspire others with your creativity or through your creativity, and in return, you are lifted up, which leads to additional inspiration and more sharing and more inspiration. Can you see how your creativity is this beautiful spiral that just keeps going up and up and up? Hello, my creative friend. Welcome to the BDI Create Today podcast. This is a podcast where we'll discover the who, what, where, when, why, and how you can be creative or have more creativity. And together, we'll explore the extraordinary impact creativity can have in your life, in your heart, mind, body, and soul. And if we haven't met yet, I am Beth Buffington, a licensed artist, digital illustration instructor, and a creative coach living just outside of the windy city of Chicago, Illinois. Mostly, I am someone who is curious about how creativity can weave its way into our lives. Now, each week we're going to look at one or more of the sparkly facets that make up the ever-changing kaleidoscope that is creativity. Hello, my creative friend. Welcome back to another episode of Create Today with Beth Buffington, where we explore creativity, inspiration, and the ways we can create a fulfilling life. Now, last week, we talked about your creativity and how you can use it as a tool to settle your racing thoughts and or calm anxiety in a world that seems to be full of breaking news and social media that entices us to spiral down by doom scrolling. But this week, we're going to talk about how we can spiral up. We're going to continue our thoughts on creativity as healer and then expand our thoughts about how we can use and share creativity to benefit our lives in heart, mind, body, and soul. We're going to talk about an exciting way to think about your creativity. Not only how it can affect your well-being, but also how you can affect the well-being of people around you and, like butterfly kisses, nourish a needy world by giving back through the power of your creative voice and its message. So let's get started. Let's first look inward. Having and using creativity daily in your life, it is a powerful way to calm your nervous system, restore balance, and reclaim your sense of purpose in life. And when you give yourself permission to engage in a creative passion, whether it's painting, writing, baking, gardening, or simply doodling, you activate brain pathways that reduce stress and increase your well-being. It's kind of a magical process that is as healing for your soul as it is fun for all your senses. So today I'm going to share 4 essential stages that you can consider and incorporate into your life to help you use creativity as a tool for your personal happiness and then for making a positive impact on the world. So let's first talk about this first stage, and it is responsibility. What is your creative role in the world? Because my friend, creativity, it's not just for personal joy. It's actually a responsibility. As people on this earth, we've been given the responsibility to be caregivers to our whole planet. And ultimately, our goal is to pass on to our children and our grandchildren a better world, one that is better than the one we were given. And that is daunting if you look at the big picture. How can you make a difference as just one person? That is what we as individuals need to take a look at. As creatives, we actually have some power. We have power to shape culture. We have power to inspire change and we have power to bring beauty to the world. Creativity, it's a subtle touch, just like the ripples on a pond when you toss in a pebble. But my friend, imagine the goodness that could be brought into the world if we, as a creative culture, could share our voices and our talents to the world. Creativity can provide benefits by the things we do, the voices that we share, the messages that we give, and the creativity that we actually share with one another. Imagine our world today if everyone enjoyed daily time for creativity. I can think of some people right now who really need a creative passion. And you. So, wow, that's kind of cool, but it's also kind of ethereal and sort of woo woo, right? But if you're listening to our chat today, I want you to take a moment to take some notes for yourself. And as we talk, I want you to answer these questions. Number one, what message are you putting into the world through your creativity? What is your creative voice and message sharing with the world? And number two, are you uplifting others through your creativity? What are you doing to pass on your creativity to others? Number three, are you raising awareness in the world with your creative message? If there are things you're frustrated with, how is your creativity talking about resolutions for the places that you find friction? And number four, are you helping people feel seen and understood? So much of our world's friction is because people don't feel seen and they don't feel understood. So, how are you helping people to feel seen and understood? And can you do that creatively? Now, before you can truly answer any or all of these questions, you might need some advice about how you can share your creativity. But before you can even share your creativity, you need to be able to nurture your own creativity because you cannot pour from an empty cup. So, what are you doing to take care of your own creative energy? And if you're not sure after this episode, I want you to take a journey through past episodes of Create Today with Beth Buffington because this podcast is a treasure chest full of information for you to discover about how to find your creative passion and how to keep your creativity ignited and burning bright. Now, why all this talk about the importance of keeping your creativity nourished and healthy? Why, Beth? Tell me why. Well, let me just tell you, it's science. Science shows that creativity is vital for your well being. Research shows that engaging in creative activities lowers cortisol levels, and that's the hormone that is responsible for stress. And research shows that creativity helps the brain enter into a state of flow, which is similar to meditation, very beneficial for your brain to breathe. Now, to get this kind of benefit from your creativity, it doesn't mean that you have to do a crazy deep dive into painting or sculpting or writing the next great American novel. No, you do not have to be super deep. Let me share how simple creativity can be in order to receive the benefits of this kind of nourishment. This past Saturday, my grandson Sammy came to my house for some special time. Now, Sammy, he is a very energetic and spirited 5-year-old boy. And most of the activities we did together on Saturday were short. It wasn't long after we started that we needed to move on to something else. What are we going to do next, Grandma? What are we going to do next? But one of the activities we did on Saturday was drawing. I just set out some printer paper and a random selection of markers and crayons. And we just picked some fun things to draw, just me and Sam. We started off with Sammy showing me how he could draw really good cherries. And then we drew bananas and strawberries, pineapples, pears, apples, grapes. And they all had faces because they were all really happy fruit. And then we moved to drawing rainbows, Sammy's favorite. And then we drew a story Sammy wanted to share about two different lands that exist in his imagination, Boyland and Girlland. We wanted to be able to visit each other. So we set up a secret door between the two lands. You just needed to know the password. And we drew together like this for nearly an hour and a half. And the time went by in a blink. Sammy and I were fully absorbed in sharing our art. And I learned from Sammy's big imagination, and Sammy learned a few drawing techniques from me. We were full of energy and good spirits the whole time we drew. And that energy stayed in my heart long after Sammy left me and for the whole rest of the day. I was truly nourished by sharing my creativity with Sam, and I was equally nourished by soaking in the bright happiness from the creativity of this 5-year-old artist. So here's the thing, my friend. Creativity doesn't need to be you sitting at an easel painting the next great masterpiece. It can be as simple as coloring with your favorite 5-year-old. And science says that's a good thing. So nourish yourself, and in turn, you'll nourish others. When was the last time you were creative just for fun? And when was the last time you shared creativity with someone else? It's our responsibility to nourish our creativity so it gets to be so healthy that it then becomes something that we can share with others. That is our responsibility. And that is what we can do to help the world become a better place. And we cannot do that if we don't make sure that we care for our own creativity to begin with. Now, let's talk about the second stage that's going to cultivate your creativity and ultimately give you the ability to share your creativity with the world. Let's explore how to receive. So many of us are not good at receiving. We are good at giving, but we're not good at receiving. So you need to realize that creativity is a gift that has been given to you. And when you are given a gift, you need to receive the gift, and then you need to use the gift. And so you need to lean into this creativity, this creative gift without guilt. And I know you'll hear me say this over and over and over again, but it is such a truth that it needs to be repeated. We often let other responsibilities, guilt, worry about other people's judgment, perfectionism, or just plain old fear keep us from our creativity and using the gift that it gives us. We're worried. Will others think we're wasting time? Will they judge our capabilities? What if I'm just not good at what my creative passion is? What then? Well, this is where we need to rethink how we think about our creativity. Creativity is something that we must actively receive as a gift that has been given to us. And when you're given a gift, you are given the permission to do whatever the gift is giving and enjoy this gift without judgment, without guilt. So, just as you would with any gift that you're presented with, just have fun with this wonderful present. It's okay. And when you allow yourself to receive and use your gift of creativity, time disappears, just like when I was drawing with Sammy. When you're fully immersed in creating, time just seems to melt away. That's called flow state. And studies show when we are in flow, this state of being, it boosts happiness and it reduces anxiety. When you allow yourself to explore your gift of creativity, and use your gift of creativity, you might find something else surprising. And so this is going to be really helpful to know. If when you're using this gift of creativity, it involves diving into a new creative pursuit, something you've never tried before, something maybe you've never done before, you just might feel uncomfortable at first. And when you feel feelings of discomfort, it might even feel a bit scary or awkward. And so, what you need to remind yourself is this: it is okay. It is normal. Feeling awkward or nervous with a new experience, it's a good sign. It's a sign of growth, my friend. So I want you to lean into the discomfort and revel in the newness that you are feeling, because potential is found when we allow ourselves the permission to step into new creative challenges. Let me tell you a story. Last year, I bought some new sandals that I could wear when I was walking or even hiking. And I bought the sandals when it was really cold outside. And so I hadn't worn them, but I packed them for a vacation that would take us from our cold Chicago weather to a beach where the weather was warm. And the first day we were on vacation, I wore the sandals when we went out for breakfast. And after we ate, we realized that there was this really lovely area where Tom could come and run. So we decided we would map out the route that would equal the distance that he wanted to run. So consequently, I ended up walking for miles in these brand new sandals. And guess what? They gave me blisters. Blisters from my brand new sandals. Now, I could have decided that these new sandals were not a good fit and just tossed them back into my suitcase and left them there for the rest of the vacation and possibly never wore them again because they were uncomfortable, because they gave me blisters. But instead, I bought some band aids for my blisters and I continued to wear the sandals, even though they were a little bit uncomfortable. And my friend, since then, I have walked hundreds of miles in those sandals since last year. They became my go-to sandal for the summer. I walked the dog in them. I hiked in the parks and the forest preserves around our area. I've worn them biking. I've worn them everywhere. And imagine the waste of these beautiful sandals if I had given up on them after getting blisters on that first day when they were uncomfortable. So, I love a good metaphor. I hope you're seeing the metaphor here. New sandals, that's like starting a new creative project. So, lean into what's uncomfortable with your creativity. Just get some band aids and embrace the discomfort while it's happening. This discomfort will go away, and you will find that this could be your favorite creative activity. Your new creative passion could become the best thing you've done for yourself in a long time. So now let's circle back to receiving this amazing gift of creativity. So go ahead, allow yourself, my friend, to receive this gift of doing something creative and enjoy this gift that you've been given. And then here's the important parts: give yourself the permission to accept and use this gift of creativity. Give yourself the permission to create just for the sake of creating. No pressure, no judgment, just joy in doing whatever you've chosen as your creative event for that day. And allow yourself to create daily, not just when you have a spare moment and not just when nothing else is going on. If you wait for this kind of mythic free time, creativity will never happen. And now let's turn our attention to the third stage of how to nourish and nurture your creativity. Let's examine the importance of relationships to find your true potential creatively. And then let's talk about how to let the goodness your creativity can provide to your life really make a difference in your heart, mind, body, and soul. In order to do this, in order to make a difference in your life with your creativity, you need to thrive. And to thrive, you require nourishment. Just like a plant needs water, you need nourishment and you need care. Yes, you need to be taken care of. And it is really hard to do this all by yourself. And that is why it is a fact that creativity grows well in community. Yes, my friend, creativity thrives in relationships. And I'm talking about relationships with ourselves, with others, and with the world. So, what do I mean by this? That's a good question. Let's investigate. Again, let's look at what science shows us. Studies show that people who are active in communities, whether it's online or in person, are more likely to stay motivated and experience greater progress and growth. That's nice, right? And here's the thing, being part of a community helps us shed self doubt because we learn new ways to objectively see ourselves. Because people let us see ourselves for what they see in us. And that's a beautiful thing. And when we see others pushing past their fears when we're inside a community, it inspires us to do the same. If they can do it, so can you. We are more likely to feel less imposter syndrome because our inner critic is hushed. And the confidence we need to reach our creative potential, well, that increases. And that is pretty sweet, right? This is why communities like the Create Today membership are so valuable. When you have a community where you can go to meet and mingle in a safe place and share your fears and your worries, your goals and your dreams, you gain some bravado, you build confidence, and you become more willing to activate your goals and dreams. Having a support system of fellow creatives keeps you inspired, it keeps you accountable, and your creativity is more likely to find that time that is ever so important. You know, that daily creative ritual. Now, let's take a quick note for a sponsor. And you know, that sponsor would be me. If you're looking for this kind of creative community that truly understands and supports your journey as a creative, the Create Today membership is here for you. I offer workshops, creative coaching, and a network of other like-minded creatives who gather to encourage and uplift each other. If this sounds like a little slice of heaven, it is. You're going to want to head to www.bdi-create.today and join this happy little band of creatives. Join the Create Today membership and keep your creativity thriving. Now, let's reveal our fourth and final stage. It is resurgence. This is where you discover the healing you've received through using your creative gift and through the relationships that you've cultivated, and you realize that you're ready to give this same gift to others by sharing your creative voice and its unique message. That sounds really nice, right? But how does this actually work? First, let's look at being creative again through a different lens. Your creativity is more than just a hobby. It's a form of healing for what is weighing you down. And science shows that creativity helps to relieve anxiety and it increases well being. Creativity is a form of rest when the world is too loud for you to process. It's a form of strength that allows you to process anxiety in a whole new way so that you can become stronger and a more confident person. And science shows us more encouraging information about our creativity. Studies in neuroaesthetics, it's the science of how art impacts the brain. Well, it shows that engaging in creative activities activates the brain's reward center and that releases dopamine, which is a feel good neurotransmitter. And creativity is also linked to resilience. People who engage in daily creative practices have been found to recover more quickly from stress and adversity in their lives. Now, in the past year, we have seen this from several of our Create Today guests. They came to talk about how their creativity has brought them through difficult times. Jane Bell Lassiter shared how her art has guided her through more than one difficult season in her life. Listen to episode E9 to find my discussion with Jane Bell Lassiter. And Wendy Townley, she came to us this fall and shared how she leans on her creativity to calm her life as she helps her mom deal with cancer. Wendy's beautiful episode is number E56. Jane and Wendy are two of my beautiful creative souls who are both part of the Create Today membership. Now, to get the greatest benefits from your creativity, let's flow full circle and look again at your creativity as a gift, but one that keeps on giving. I'm talking about giving this gift back, or look at it as paying it forwards. When you share your creativity with others, you foster a cycle of reciprocal healing. You inspire others with your creativity or through your creativity, and in return, you are lifted up, which leads to additional inspiration and more sharing and more inspiration. So, can you see how your creativity is this beautiful spiral that just keeps going up and up and up? My friend, I hope that you can see that no matter what you are working through with life's ups and downs, your creativity is a balm to calm a racing mind. It settles an anxious heart. It relieves stress. And it only requires a few art or craft supplies or seeds or baking ingredients. It's truly a gift that you can keep receiving and giving and receiving and giving. Now, let's take a quick review of these 4 stages that we've talked about today. Number 1, responsibility. We are here as caretakers, and it is our responsibility to nourish and care for first ourselves and then our world. Number 2, receive. In order to bring your creativity to its fullest potential, you need to give yourself permission to enjoy the bounty this gift provides. Allow yourself to fully immerse yourself in the creativity that you possess, and you need to do it daily. Number 3, relationships. To grow your creativity to its fullest, you cannot do this alone, and you cannot pour from an empty cup. So, finding a creative community to help you build your confidence, to help you lean into the growth that you are capable of achieving, you need to surround yourself with other creatives who understand what you're going through and the creative gift that you've been given. And number 4, resurgence. This is you, the caterpillar, becoming the butterfly. And now it's time to share the goodness back. Sharing your creativity will ignite inspiration and provide renewed energy, joy, and motivation at a level that you never believed was possible. My friend, we've been put on this earth with a responsibility to ourselves and to the world to be caregivers, to create, to share, and to care for whomever is in need of the creative message that we have to share. So today, I challenge you to take action. First, take care of yourself. Spend 10 minutes today in a creative practice, whatever calls to you for enjoyment. It's just 10 minutes. Have fun with this gift and then do it again tomorrow and do it again the next day and the next. And then I want you to find a creative community that nurtures your growth. The Create Today membership is just one of many ways you can find relationships that will nurture your creativity. Do not think you have to be creative in a vacuum. You do not need to do this all by yourself. And last, I want you to share your creativity in a way that uplifts you and those around you, that creative spiral up. The key is enjoying your gift in a way that helps you encounter that beautiful flow state. And if, my friend, remember, if you need guidance, support, or a creative boost, join me at www.bdi-create.today and become part of the Create Today membership, or join me for creative coaching. I would love to chat with you about your unique gift of creativity. But no matter where you decide to go or what you decide to do, please know, my friend, creativity isn't just a luxury. It isn't just something to do every now and again, or something that you only do on special occasions, or only when you have a spare moment. It's a necessity for your well-being. It's also a gift that you need to give back to others, especially to a world that is in desperate need of care today. And remember, everyone is creative. And so everyone needs to receive the gift that creativity brings to our world. It is your responsibility to create. And it is also your responsibility to share your creativity, your gift, with others who are in need. No matter how you plan to enjoy this gift today, remember to stay creative, my friend.